Hello, and welcome to a bonus episode. This is going to be all about the graveyard. We're going to go there first just so we can have a look around. It's been a really long time since I've actually been to the graveyard. So we have a lot of stuff that we have to do upkeep on, and I need to take some notes to see where we are and what needs to be like the last person that I put in here that died. So we have a ways to go back. First of all, we have Gilbert and Maud who moved in, and we have Zuria who still lives here, and we are planning to marry them into our families at some point. Those are people that you guys created. You guys created Maud and Gilbert. I think I found Zuria online. Anyway, none of that matters. So the last time I did this, I had left stones here in the place of the people, the older generation who I knew would be dying and be buried there. Some people, I went ahead and got them all like done. This is Michael is right here. And then these are his children, Snow and Winter and Fauna and Jewel. So Flora would go here, except she has her own family, so she'll go in a different place. So anyway, I've got to go through here and find the last people that were buried here. This is the McOtter family, and I had this here for Flora, but Flora married again. So I don't know that I'm going to put Flora here with the McOtters. I might put Flora here and then also put the Smiths that are with him. But that means I've got to put Ingrid. I just got a lot of stuff to do. Anyway, this is for the Hammonds. We've got both of them. So I think the first step is going to be go get all of the tombstones. Then I can figure out who I have and where they need to go. So we get to go visit all of our houses. I'm going to speed up a lot of this, so hopefully it won't be super boring to watch, but I just know that after I did this the first time, a few people said that they were interested in doing something similar. I'm pretty sure neither one of them have tombstones, but I need to go check because I may have put any number of tombstones in either one of their inventories. So let me just check that and get my page ready to make notes. So all I'm doing is checking inventories. She literally just has one thing in hers. He has quite a bit of things, but none of them are tombstones. So great. Let's just go back out. I don't even need to save. Okay. The next house is the Jones house. And I know Gwendolyn died. And I think their toddler may have died. Okay. Their family inventory has 2 tombstones in it. Nicholas and Denise. Oh, Denise, like Mom Denise? Did they have a baby Denise? I'll have to check it out. But anyway, and here's Gwendolyn. Okay, so we put all 3 into his thing, and he goes visiting right quick over to the cemetery. And all I do is just pull them out of his inventory like that. But I do want them to be close together so I'll know they all came from the same family. And I think what I'm actually going to do, I think I'll put them out of the way because I'm going to build the cemetery out more here. I think we may end up having to tear the old cemetery down to expand, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I don't have dates on here for Denise, so I don't know how Denise ended up here. But anyway, I still need to go see if that's their child. They have a child named Gwendolyn and a child named Ursa. And one named Victor. So that will be the secondary thing that I do is check all of that. Right now I'm just going around to the houses. And now I can leave Nicholas and let him get back to his house. But Nicholas is left from this family, meaning that I need to put a rock or something there to remember that that's where Nicholas is. Okay, Adrian has a tombstone of their daughter, Aurora. And that's all that I see. Let me check family inventory. They have a lot of stuff in here. But no tombstones. Okay, so that means all we do is take Adrian over to visit the cemetery. All right, that's dropped off. Now to the next house. I'll come back after I've done all these houses. Oh my gosh, we've got to overload the Hammond family with them because I know there's a ton of them at their house. And then I'll come back after I've done all the houses and we move to the next step in this process. Okay, so I have everybody over there and or all of the graves over there. And then what I There's not that many of them actually, other than the 5 Hammonds. Wow. That we have over there. So one of the things that I need to pay attention to is where the layouts are in the cemetery. So I've kind of already laid out where I'm going to put Kellen. I actually had to expand, or I think I'm going to have to expand the Hammond section because there are a few already over there and I'm about to add 5 more. So I think I'm going to have to expand that section because I also need to leave room for Rose because she's not getting married. So she's going to be buried there with her mom and dad and the rest of the siblings. So I'm going to move Flora. I'm going to move Flora's family over there because we have Lucas, her husband, and then Jewel, her son, and Simon, her son, who both died with a tombstone. Oh, and Lucas. So all of them. We have Lucas the older, Lucas the younger, all of her kids. Nobody died as a baby, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And so Solomon is still alive, but he is now in Scotland. So that's where he'll be buried. Wallace will be buried here with her. And then the other kids hopefully will not, but we'll have to wait and see. So we're going to move Flora kind of around the corner there from where she was. We'll talk about that in a second. And then the Price family, specifically Francine's people, will be next in the list. And then we do not have any archers, but I'm thinking that we need to at least leave a spot for them. They had 2 kids, David and Jillian, the babies that I guess died as soon as they were born. I don't know why I didn't mark this down. I need to go back and look this up in 1364 and 65, but I think they died as soon as they were born. So it does say stillborn out here. So, okay. So now I have that fixed. That doesn't matter because there's no tombstones for them, but I do think I'm going to leave space for at least Andrew and Bella. And then if any of the kids die as teenagers, they'll be there. Otherwise, they'll have their own area. Then we're going to have the Goodwin place for gold. And then we'll have Kellen right next to it. So this baby Aurora, Adrian's daughter Aurora, will have her own place where Adrian and Aurora will eventually be. But that'll have to be in a completely different row, and we'll have to redo that for another thing. I feel like I need to create some kind of spreadsheet kind of broken down thing where everybody's buried so I can keep adding onto it. That might work well because then I'll at least be able to continue to add on to it as we go, like underground or whatever we're doing. I just don't know how that's gonna go, but anyway. Also, Garance and Richard don't have any because both of their kids that they lost died as babies, and Isabel is still alive. She's a child, so they don't have any. And then we do have just Jeremiah over here with Ingrid because John and Jeremiah, the boys, died as babies. The same thing with these guys, died as babies. Right here we do have Denise, Nicholas's daughter Denise, and then actually Gwendolyn Hammond died. So that's it. It looks like right now this is what we have, and it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Okay, so it looks like these back 2 rows right here and right here are just done, and that's how they're going to be. Now I am looking at this. I could bring them in one. I just have this one right here, which is Henry Cooper. He was one of the Coopers that died during the Black Plague. And so he could actually move back one like this, and we could eliminate half of a thing. I don't know. What do we think about that? I'm just trying to use the space as much as we can. Like right here, we have 2 other people that could scooch it in one thing. I can't move the fence anymore, but I definitely can move all of them back. I can move them all back to here, which is one more. I mean, technically, I could scoot them all the way back. So I'm going to play around with this back row and see how much room I can give us. Okay, I moved everything back and got us a whole new row here. So we're going to put the pavers here, but then we're going to remove them from this side. Okay, that means we can move these all the way up here and make this even shorter. So now I'm going to move the second row and I will come back when I'm done. Okay, second row is done, and we have a larger space here in the middle, so I'm about to scoot all of these back. Well, actually, apparently I have a weird thing here that needs to move. Okay, so I'm going to scoot all of these back and fill in what's missing. So this is Lawrence Hammond, which means that these are the parents Hammond. So I need to find mom and dad. So I've got Sebastian and Denise. They are going to go right in here. And then when I said I was going to expand it, I think I'm going to have to move these other 3 over here into this where the Flora McOtters people are. So I'm going to get all of this out, and then we'll just see when I start moving people how many I can get in there. And they all died, of the plague. So they weren't married in their own spot or anything like that. So I'm just going to scoot all these back as close as I can get them to the fence like I did on the other side, and we'll just see how much room we can save. Okay, so we ended up saving a total of 2 squares, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, and it certainly was a lot of work for just saving 2 squares. But here's what I did. I got all of the Hammonds in here. So we have Denise and Sebastian back here, and then we have all 6 of their children who have died in the row that they came, the order that they died. But that means, yes, because they have 3 children who are alive. So I don't know, did they have 9 kids and I didn't realize it? Or maybe I have the numbers wrong on my paper. Anyway, this is Flora. Flora is going to go here. And this is Lucas McOtter and her McOtter children that have died. And this is going to be for Wallace. And then we're hoping that the children that she's had right now with Wallace are not going to die. So we're not leaving a place for her children in here. So hopefully they won't die. Also, there's not a place for Rose in the Hammond place because it's just too full. So we're going to let Rose be buried with Adam's family. So that's who she's going to live with anyway and help raise his kids. So that's where she's going to go. And I actually want to scoot these over. It is literally for aesthetic reasons. I just want it to be more balanced in the middle. There's no reason. Okay, so this is what we have so far. And I'm going to push those back, and then we're just going to add in the people that we have right now. Okay, so I scooted all the fences back. I'm going to put our stone pavers here and remove all the stone pavers here. And then we're ready for our next section at the cemetery. Okay, so it looks like 4 is about what I need for each section back or whatever, each section of rows. So I'm going to start with that and get Kellen in here. I like how it's been so far, where we had Grace and Edmund right here started it, and down here we do have Hugh. He was our next heir, but then our next heir was John, and we have him here, and then our next heir was Kellen, and we have him here. So I just want, after Hugh, I'm hoping that we can just keep all the heirs on this side, this row, and we'll see how it goes. But when I realized that was what was happening, and I saw that Hugh was over here, I'm like, I'm not rearranging all of Michael's people to get Hugh over here because they don't equal the same number. If they had been the same number, I would have done it, no problem. But they're not the same number. So I just realized a way we could save more space. Okay, so like on all of these, it looks like I could move some people from the back row down here, and like I have 7 people total. So I could do 4 on the back and 3 on the front. But right here, I could move this person to the front, and we just have a small, this one the same way. So that would save us quite a bit of space, y'all. I think I'm going to have to do that and rearrange this whole entire thing. Okay, so one of the things that I decided, I'm not going to do it right now. I'm not going to go through and do all of those like I was going to do. However, what I am going to do is in the future when somebody dies, so I have all of these stones here. Well, I have 7 more that I have to put out here. So when people die in the future, I'm going to go ahead and immediately in that episode bring their stone here and drop it off in the general area that it belongs in. And when I come to drop their stone off, I'm going to start squishing all of these over. And then hopefully we can get it like everybody squished in here. I don't even really care about the order that they're in or if they're in the quote unquote correct order. I just want them to be all in here where we can follow. The oldest ones will be back here in the back of the cemetery. And then as it moves forward, it will be the newer ones. And I'm thinking like I'm going to have to go underground, which we already talked about. But you guys let me know what you think. If we go underground, should I maybe do a separate section that just has each of the heirs and their families? I know if you're doing a generational legacy challenge or something like that, then a lot of people do that at the cemetery is they have that. So you guys let me know what you think, what I should do when we start going underground. Should I bulldoze this area and move our cemetery this direction or leave this here and we just go down? Let me know what you guys think about it. If you have any other thoughts, I would love to hear them. I am clearly looking for ideas of what to do next and where to put things and all that stuff. So, I gave this 1, 2, 3, 4. I gave it enough space to double up. Okay. So Ida's going to go right here. She's not going to be getting remarried. As a matter of fact, this is probably a good time to say that my people are not going to be getting remarried. Like, I don't even care. Right now, we've got one family that is supposed to have 12 children. If his wife dies in childbirth from their very first child, then we're done, because this is about to get out of control for me to keep up with. Now, one of the other things that I am doing is every 10 years, when I go to take family pictures, I am uploading each of these families to the gallery. So if there's somebody in one of these families that you want to play with and you want to continue their story in a different way, or, put more emphasis on them, or however you want to do it, you're free to do that. I would love for you to just tell me in the comments, like what you're doing with them or what you decided to do, just because I'm super interested in how other people play. But I think that's just going to have to be a rule going forward, is that I'm not going to be adding any more marriages, because it's just too much. And if somebody dies and they can't have any more kids, then we just don't have any more kids. Like, we don't need for Frey in France to have 12 children. Like, we're not needing children at this point, is what I'm saying. So anyway, here's Kellen, and this is a spot for Ida. Now, they do not have any children that died like old enough to have a tombstone. So that is the end of theirs right now. And so we're going to just draw a wall right here. And this is going to be the end of Kellen's. And we're going to hope that Sebastian and Rose and whoever the newest kid is lives enough to have their own kids. If they don't, we'll expand this out later. But this is just organizing it like it is right now. So this is Kian. And this is, wait, I'm pretty sure that's Kian. Yes, okay. And this is a spot for Gold. So this is where Gold's going to be. Again, they have not lost enough. I thought I moved all of these. Oh, these are the Joneses. We haven't gotten there yet. Okay. So I again, this is it. They haven't lost any kids or anything like that. So we're going to, let's do draw it. Okay. We're going to just do that, and that's what they're going to have. We'll go back and add the flowers in a second. Okay, so then next is going to be the Coopers. It's going to be Bella, but they don't actually have any, do they? So we're going to put a space here for them. So this is for Bella and for Andrew, and hopefully they won't have any children that need to come in here. Okay, I scooted everybody down because we're going to put, this is Jeremiah. And so we're going to have Ingrid and Jeremiah right here and hope that they do not have any more kids that need to be in here. If everybody gets a 2x4 spot, then we do have enough for everybody to be in here. Okay, so this is Gwendolyn. Let's put a space for Dad Nicholas. And then these are their 2 kids that they lost. And hopefully they won't lose any more kids. But we do have an open space right here where we can add anybody in that we need to. This is Aurora Clark. Okay, and she's actually the kid, because Mom, Aurora, and Adrian will then go here. And you know, this last one then can be Richard and Godance, and hopefully their baby girl will live and we won't need her over here. So great. All I have to do is add all the flowers. Wait, who's all them by themselves? Oh, Arthur Price. Okay, so Francine needs a place right there. Okay, I got them all. I've got them all. Great. So we're going to put some flowers out here. I'm only putting one thing of flowers when there's just a stone there. I don't know why. I just decided. So that's what I'm doing. Oh, I love this. This is part of the cottage garden pack that I downloaded from this Plum Bob Tea Society Tumblr. And it's a whole set. And it's got these little mossy garden steps. Oh, I love it. Okay. We may add those. I think we're going to end up doing an episode where it's just like decorating the garden or, you know, figuring this out. Also, I never come here when everything is blooming. So what do these things look like when they bloom? Or are they actually blooming? Like, I don't guess I understand, but I want it to be flowery around here. And I don't know that it is. So I decided to go ahead and just put the flowers, even if there are rocks there, because that'll save me some time when it comes down to it. Okay, this is it. Oh, I did want to add a little path because the path is not going to go through here. We're actually going to have another section of, you know, places for people to be buried. Let's see if I can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now they all have the little entryway things on there that they had. So I want to bring the, I want to bring the little paver things on around here like this. Okay, so now we have spaces for a lot more people, but also we still have the spaces for the people who are alive, who were like, we have their spaces ready. Okay, so that works. I like how it looks. I do think that there is definite room for improvement. So I am open to any ideas or anything that you guys have. Again, I want to know what you think about all of this. We will be doing the Remembrance Days. I can't even remember what it's called right now, but we will be doing those again. I've skipped like the last 2 times that it's come around for us to do that holiday, but we will be doing it. And what I think I might do is create one holiday every season that takes place here, whether it is like a park thing or whatever it is. And if we decide to move the cemetery underground, we could make the whole thing into like the Miller Family Park that's been donated to the community, and we can have the top of it be like a real park with games for kids, but also places for adults to sit and chat and whatever. And then the cemetery can be all underground. So I think that might have to wait. I don't know in the 1300s that they would have been able to do that. However, we have played for 74 years, and these are all the tombstones that we have. And I just can't imagine what's going to happen in 640 more years, 630 more years. So again, I like how it looks, but I'm also open. I love the colors like that. If that could do that and make all of their things look like flowers instead of looking like green mounds, I would really like to do that. So I will take any advice, any, suggestions that you guys have about any of that. I also want to know where I got that, like what was I on that made me, maybe it was a stone. Yeah, where this thing is. Because I just think these are going to look so cute, and we can put them like all around. Yeah, they're super cute. Coming out here into the old area and coming out into the new. And anyway, I think it's adorable. Again, I'm open to anything. So you guys let me know what you think. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.